What's going on? All of my sheep. I want to cover a topic that I covered on my channel before, but I want to cover this topic because it was brought to me today. Those of you who had followed my page for a while or have seen my last two videos called Tug of War, seeing that I was wearing a muscle shirt. When I first started my TikTok journey with you guys on the side of faith, I used to make a lot of videos with my shirt off. I was home, I was comfortable, I'm in my own space, and I didn't know of the impact until God gave me wisdom and knowledge. And as I continue to read His Word, and He opened my mind to understanding His Word and the deliverance of His Word. A lot of time as men, we've been raised without our shirts on. We see it kind of like a norm, especially here in the United States. I was one of those kids that ran around in his diapers. And if grandma was watching me, I ain't have no diapers on. Commando. So I'm very comfortable in my skin. But we live in a society that is filled with lust. And we cannot look at each other and our norm. Even with clothes on, you can be sexually desired. So I was wearing a muscle shirt in those last two videos, probably like 4. I made 4 videos pretty recent, and I uploaded it on my YouTube. And a sister in Christ came to me, and she was very respectful. I hope that I read her comment with respect. And she pretty much was saying, hey, look, there's a lot of women, we look up to you, or they come across your page and put a shirt on. They can find you sexually attractive. They can lust over you, and they don't want to stumble. And when I first read it, I was thinking, like, I got a muscle shirt on. But then what's the difference between me wearing a muscle shirt and a female wearing one of them spaghetti strap shirts? A man can lust over that. So humbly, with humbleness, as believers, that's what we need in our walk with Christ. As believers, we need someone to hold us accountable. A lot of us can't and won't and like to accept accountability. We don't like the rebuke. But I told her, like, thank you, I appreciate it. And you're right, I can do that. So I'm not wearing a hoodie because of that. It's cold in here. But going forward, my videos will be with a shirt. And any of my female subscribers or followers who have seen me and thought that I was attractive or found lust over me because of so, forgive me. I understand lust. I'm a man for all that is, and dealt with lust. So today's teaching is going to be on lust. We're going to start in 1 Corinthians. But before I even get into that, what is lust? Because those of you who are new in the walk might not even know what lust is. Lust is your desire for someone that does not belong to you. So man or female, if you've seen someone that's attractive and you look at that person and you desire them sexually, or you take their clothes off in your mind, you stalk them, or you shoot your shot and it comes off disrespectful, you idolize their bodies, that's lust. If you imagine yourself doing things with them, that is lust. If you're scrolling through the internet and it causes you to touch on yourself, that is lust. So lust is a sexual activity, but you can also use lust in the sense of lusting after a cigarette or things like that. But it's mainly for a man and a female, and in our society, man and woman and woman. And in 1 Corinthians 6:18, it says, flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits are outside the body, but whoever sins sexually sins against their own body. When I first read this, I did not understand the idea of all other sins are committed outside of the body. but sexual sin was against your body. And as I continue to break these things down, you're going to be amazed to how it's broken down and how much sense it makes. Because to understand lust is a sin of many. It's just not one, right? Like theft is just typically is normally one sin, right? You just stole something, or you get angry and you said something, that's like one sin. And those things are outside of the body, right? When you steal something, that's outside of the body. When you're lying, that's outside of the body. When you're angry, that's outside of the body, because your anger is outward. And idolatry, when you love something more than God, that is outside the body because you're showing affection. But sex, right, is part of your body. That's you and another person laying down as one. And you are transforming DNA amongst each other. For those of you who are grown enough to understand what I'm saying, that is lust. So the sin now becomes your body, and it comes with consequences. So flee from sexual immorality. Flee. Lust isn't something that you fight casually. A lot of you, when you find yourself in a sexual or lustful position, you stay there. I use myself for an example. Early in my walk and work, you see beautiful women all day. And you look at them. Before you know you're a man, you're going to shoot your shot, you're going to look, you're going to think like, wow, look at that, blah, blah, blah. Or a friend or the person going to point it out, right? You approach them, you think, or whatever, you say, look up, I'll do this, that, and the third. But when I was starting off in my faith and I was understanding what lust was, and I seen something and I had the thought, I didn't remove myself from the situation. I just stood there. If a female walked in the aisle, I found her attractive and I seen her body or whatever the case may be, and I thought, wow. And the thought started to play. I didn't leave that aisle. I just tried to fight it right there in that section. Nope, don't think like that. God help me clear my mind. I captured a thought, But lust is something that you flee from. The word flee means to run. So you see a guy you like, wow, look at his muscles, he got a nice beard, run. It's that simple. Move into another aisle, another location. If you're scrolling, you see someone attractive, hit not interested, block them, keep it scrolling. That's how you fight lust. In the book of Job 31:1, he says, I made a covenant with my eyes not to look lustfully at a young woman, right? Not to look lustfully at a young man or anyone per that say. What he's saying is there, have discipline over what you look at. There's nothing wrong to think a man or a woman looks attractive when you're not married. And there's nothing to say that man or that woman is good looking. The problem happens is when you go past that idea and you can see yourself with that person, especially when you're married. It can cause you a lot of distress and harm in your walk as a believer. It's not good for you as a person to not have discipline over what you look at. And that goes even beyond lust for that, right? It can go for wanting what's not yours, right? You see a guy with a nice car, man, I really want that car, blah, 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 blah. And you fall into this envy. So having discipline at what your eyes are looking at, something as simple as what you're watching on TV. So having discipline, and that's tough, right? Because here in America, we got good movies, we got good episodes, we got a lot of things we can watch on TV that we shouldn't really be watching, especially when we cannot watch it and not sin. We eventually end up sinning because the flesh is weak and the heart is deceitful. In the book of James 1:14-15, it talks about the desire. And I'm going to break this down because this just hit me today. I'm going to read it for you. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and entertained. Then after the desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death. Conceive. The word conceive is the word that got me, because the word conceive is what we describe for when a woman is pregnant, right? And it's using that term because it even uses the word birth, gives birth to death. But let's break this down. Let's break that down. And I'm gonna use it in a TikTok friendly term, because I was gonna use the term, you lay down with somebody. But let's imagine, right? You were someone that smoked before being saved, and now you're in a position where you have the craving, right? So the word desire that's used here is the idea or the plan, right? You had the idea, the temptation of smoking. Then you said to yourself, if I leave at this time, I can catch my supplier by this time and cop this much. I'll buy this much. Now you have planned, right? The desire is already there. You get to the destination. You purchase it. You are now pregnant. Pay attention. You get home and you use what you purchased. You conceived. You have now given birth to sin. Wow. And that hit me like that today. I'm going to read it for y'all one more time. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire, right? That's the idea and the plan. You got dragged away to do what you thought. That's why it's evil. And entertain it. Then after desire, right? Now it's after the fact. You're getting ready to do it, has been conceived, meaning you've done it. You are now conceived, you pregnant. You have done whatever it was that you were thinking of. It has given birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death. When you fall into temptation and you can't fight it and you're weak and you don't know how to run, you're going to continue to do it. So if you're a man or a woman that is struggling with lust, and you may have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or you're single and you're just out there still living life like how you used to, and you're just laying down with people here and there, right? You are in sin. And sin is pride. So a lot of the times when we have these thoughts, or when we do things that are evil against ourselves or to others, it's pride. So when we're angry and we don't let that anger go, and we don't take it to the person that we're angry at, or we don't take it to God, and it boils within inside of us, it conceives us, we're sinning against ourselves, right? It's bad for you. It's going to leave you to death. And sin is death, right? Salvation is now put into question because now you're acting in your sin. So really understand what is being said here by James. The desire. What do you desire, right? The thought of something is okay. I thought about punching that man in the face. Whoa, where did that came from? Lord, forgive me for that thought. I'm not going to do that because that's not who I'm striving to be, right? You capture it and you give it to the Lord. You didn't act on it. The sin is not outside of the body. It's still within you. Proverbs 6:25. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. The heart is a battlefield. The heart is a battlefield. Lust attacks you within the heart. It's part of you. It's who you are at your heart. Do not let lust in your heart, right? So when you see something that you like, something that is attractive, or something that you're struggling with, it's your heart. You have to answer it at your heart. You have to confront it. You have to sit with yourself and say, why do I desire these things? Why do I look at people this way? Why do I want things like this? And how can God free me from that? or let her captive you with her eyes. People can tell when you're attracted to them. I seen how that girl was looking at me. That fed your ego. It fed your heart. Now you on go. Now you on go and you're thinking you're doing things that you're not opposed to. It's your heart posture that you have to identify with yourself to stop. Lust is beatable. It's something that may come back, but it's beatable. I remember watching a video and a man said he asked his pastor who was struggling. It wasn't even a video. I was in church, and one of the guys in the church asked the pastor, "How do you beat lust?" Was this at church? No, that was a different scenario. Yeah, it was a video. A guy asked the pastor, "How do you beat lust?" And the pastor told him, "Who said you can beat lust?" Now that's a pastor that you shouldn't follow, because that means that pastor is leading a crowd but still struggling within his own self, and he can't judge you righteously, because if he's inside of the same sin and the same struggle, that's someone that should step away from the pulpit. But you can beat lust, you can win it, you can walk away from it. It's not something that's easy, especially when you have been doing it for so long and it's been so normal and your surroundings normalize it. But that's my message for you guys today. Lust is something that we have to beat. It's a hard thing you have to change, and don't be someone that causes other people to lust. I be on this app and there's a lot of Christian women that don't address appropriately on this app. And if you go to their comment section, they have the wicked and the so-called righteous in there drooling at their mouth. I see it for some men too. There's some men, Christian TikTokers in here, that they go to the gym and they don't have no shirt on, they're walking and whatever the case may be. We have to be mindful, because we're not supposed to cause people to stumble. That's my message.